Imagine finding hidden coordinates in your favorite album. Is it just music? Or a map to something more? Hi, I'm Allie, and I just downloaded this ghost hunting app that, totally swears it can spot EMF spikes through a phone camera. I am obsessed already.
And I'm Brianne, and I am begging your battery life for forgiveness. That app is going to detect the fridge turning on and call it a demon. Sorry, not sorry.
Welcome to the Veil, Unsolved and Unbelievable, where we chase the weird, the maybe, and the, oh no, absolutely not. Okay, so check this out. Today we're diving into Kane Parsons, also known as Kane Pixels, and the theory that he hides real-world coordinates and instructions inside his music. Yes, in the tracks themselves.
Wait. So let me get this straight. People think his albums are treasure maps, not just vibey horror scores. I love a bold claim with my coffee.
Here's the deal. Quick refresher on who we're talking about. Kane Parsons was born June 2005. He is the American filmmaker and YouTuber behind the Backrooms web series. His short, The Backrooms Found Footage, dropped January 2022 and blew up. By May 2022, it had around 78 million views. The analog camera feel, the eerie offices, the sound design. Chef's kiss. He grew up in Petaluma, Northern California. Studied film at Marin School of the Arts at Novato High. His dad worked in video games. His mom is a therapist. And you can, feel that mix in his stuff. Super technical spaces and very human anxiety. He started doing visual effects in Little Big Planet. Learned After Effects in winter 2017. Used Element 3D. Then in February 2020, he switched to Blender. He said that year was his biggest jump in skills. And it shows.
Blender gave him full scene control, lighting, modelling, the works. That spatial realism is why everyone felt queasy in those liminal hallways. It was not a ghost, it was good lighting.
Speaking of sound, he also writes his own music. Piano at 8 for a couple years. Then later he dove into FL Studio. He releases full scores. Backrooms Original Score Volume 1 in 2022. Volume 2 in 2023. Volume 3 in 2024. The Oldest View score in 2023. Plus standalone albums like Awake in 2020. Damon, Highway 101, Out of Sync Sides 1 and 2, and more. Singles with techie names like DS Lite, Glory to Lockheed Martin, the hacker known as 4chan, I Love My Job, Privacy Commodity, Gather No Moss, Agitation, Buyout Crash. He kept making series beyond Backrooms too. Attack on Titan historical footage in 2021, which was like early 1900s war photography meets Titans. The Oldest View launched March 2023. It follows a vlogger named Wyatt who finds a staircase to an underground mall. And People Still Live Here started as a concept album in June 2023, before becoming a web series in January 2025 with Saywell. Music first, world after. That's important today.
And then the big one. A24 released his Backrooms feature in May 2026, starring Chiwetel Ejiofor and Renate Reinsve. He was 19, the youngest director in A24 history. Wild. Proper internet to cinema pipeline.
All right, moving on. The mystery. Some fans believe his music hides messages, even coordinates, like literal pointers to liminal spaces. They talk about spectrograms revealing letters, numbers, and map-like shapes. They link those to places around Northern California he knows. Petaluma, Novato, even half-empty malls with weird skylight geometry. Isn't that bananas?
Bananas is the correct food group here. You are telling me people are rotating squiggles until it spells directions to the back rooms. Conspiracy alert.
Okay, back to the story. I saw a spectrogram screenshot of one of his quieter tracks tied to the Oldest View. In the high frequencies, people circled what looked like blocky letters. WYATT. Not a font, more like negative space. And the noise floor kind of breathed in steps. Fans say it feels engineered, like someone painting with EQ and reverb to sketch letters across the spectrum.
Or like the human brain doing what it loves. Pareidolia. Seeing faces in clouds, letters in static, meaning in noise. The auditory version is a monster.
Here's what went down. I ran a few of his tracks myself. You know I did. One had this repeating pulse pattern fans keep calling out. 3324, 3324. When you map those segments against time and convert to degrees at a certain scale, I know it's nerdy. Some folks claim you land on a slice of Northern California, near actual spots people recognize from their lives, or from the vibe of his series. Those liminal corridors, dead malls, office parks under sodium lights.
You can make any set of numbers land somewhere if you change the scale enough. That is like horoscope maths for maps. Sorry, not sorry.
But listen, the singles with those tech-coded titles, DS Lite, the hacker known as 4chan, Glory to Lockheed Martin, fans say the titles are winks, like a cyber paranormal theme. And because he self-scores, the sound is a direct extension of his world building. A lot of his music feels like rooms. You can almost hear the air return, the hum, the fluorescent ballast rattling, right?
It feels like rooms because he literally builds rooms in Blender and then writes music that fits those spaces. Style consistency, not spirit messaging. The point is he has a unified pipeline, not a Ouija board.
Another layer. The oldest view started after he found an image of a rolling giant puppet. Then he and his friends did months of research collecting media. His Attack on Titan shorts were framed as historical footage. He loves archival textures. Fans argue the albums are like archives too, with embedded records you have to extract. Not random, but placed.
They are tonal blueprints. He has said putting music first helps set motifs and guide visuals later. People Still Live Here literally began as an album before the series. That is open process, not covert instructions to a stairwell under a mall.
Here's what got me, though. One night I listened to a loop others flagged. Headphones. Lights off. The tail of the reverb dipped like a staircase. 3, 2, 1, then silence. I swear I felt that hollow office air, that dry paper smell you get from old file rooms. My phone buzzed with a pin someone sent from Novato, a skylight shape that matched the geometry I thought I was hearing. Can you imagine?
I can imagine your brain primed by suggestion. Expectation effects are huge. If you are told to hear stairs, you will hear stairs. Also, smell memory is the most suggestible. Thank you, psychology degree.
Okay, next up. Why fans connect the dots to his life events. Northern California is a real anchor. Petaluma and Novato are on the map. He studied at Marin School of the Arts. He screened shorts locally before YouTube cared. So when a spectrogram looks like corridors and a rhythm maps to a lat long near Marin, people go, see? He is pointing home, or pointing to where the liminal bleeds into the real.
Or they are backfilling because those places are salient. Apophenia. Take a talented teenager who became a top-tier director by 19, stir in online myth, and everyone suddenly sees coordinates in drone notes. This is literally how urban legends grow.
So anyway, my take. I do not think he is secretly opening doors to a cursed office dimension. But I think he could be sprinkling deliberate Easter eggs, maybe even coordinates as part of his world building. Not paranormal, just playful. A modern ARG-style breadcrumb trail. The music leading you to the vibe, or to a real place that makes the vibe slam into you in person.
Here is my counter, debunking speed round. 1. He is explicit that the switch to Blender was about creative freedom and realism, not receiving transmissions from the vents. 2. Backrooms found footage started as a one-off. It went viral because of craft, not because it hid GPS. 3. The techie single titles track with his themes of media and surveillance. That is aesthetic, not a cipher. 4. Early studio talks had his parents present because he was a minor. That screams professional pathway, not covert code operation. 5. He uses historical and archival textures as style, not as literal encoded records.
Fair. But artists hiding things in audio spectrums is a real practice. And he is one person doing sound and picture, which means fewer layers to leak the puzzle. He has the technical chops and the narrative reason to do it. That is all I am saying.
I will concede this. He absolutely designs with intent, so if there are planted shapes or phrases, They are there to enrich the fiction, not to send you trespassing into a derelict mall at 2 a.m. Please do not do that, by the way.
Seriously, though, do not break into anywhere. If you want a legal field trip, go to a food court at 11 a.m. on a weekday and just listen to the HVAC. Instant liminal.
Point is, whether you buy the coordinate theory or not, his music and films lock together. Self-scoring gives him that tight feedback loop. Image informs sound, sound informs image. That is the magic, not secret maps.
Back to the facts. He keeps shipping new music even now. Alongside the feature release, he dropped singles like Agitation and Buyout Crash this year. He just never stops building worlds. In headphones, on screen, everywhere. Greater question time. What if our perception of reality is influenced by what we want to believe? If I want directions to the back rooms, I hear coordinates. If you want craft, you hear design.
Exactly. Our priors shape our patterns, and sometimes that is the scariest part. The monster is the map we drew in our own heads.
If you want to go deeper into the vibe, check out the documentary, The Backrooms, A Journey Through the Unknown. It is a great primer on how this world took hold.
Let's move on to our own coordinates. Lunch. I am mapping my way to a sandwich that does not hum like fluorescent lights.
I am, totally going to run your sandwich through a spectrogram. If it spells, meet me in the stairwell, I am bringing salt and a flashlight.
I will be over here debunking your condiments. Thank you for listening, friends. If you enjoyed hanging with us, rate, review, and share with someone who loves a good liminal chill.
Stay curious, stay safe, and keep questioning the unbelievable. We will see you next time under the veil.